WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have a Balvenie 15-year-old single cask. Yay! Cask number 16228. It is a 700 milliliter bottle, which means it was not in the States. It was a European, probably exclusive. And they always say on the bottle, no more than 800 bottles from one cask. 500 liters divided by 0.7, you get about 800 here at 47.8% alcohol ABV. Now, I have a little tiny thing I want to talk about. On the back, it says here that actually each and every one of these have been hand numbered. So the Balvenie Single Barrel forms a limited edition with each hand number bottle carrying the numbers of the cask in which it was matured. Now, if you look closely at this label, they are not hand numbered, they are printed. So individually numbered, yes, that's okay. All right, am I being nitpicky? Yes, that's also okay, I hope. All right, very good. So let's talk about Balvenie for a moment. Number one, the most important thing they talk about at the beginning are their casks. They have their own coopers on site, which is amazing. So the coopers actually check each and every cask to make sure that they're up to par, they're up to standard the way they should be. That means also then their bourbon casks which come in, as well as their sherry casks which come in. So this was a full maturation in a sherry butt. So now, this is European oak, which is great. It's very unique. People love this taste of European oak with sherry together. You get chocolate, you get fruit, you get red fruits, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. The only problem is the sherry industry does not use European oak. They use American oak for their real casks because they want to limit the influence of the tannins. So these were, even 15 years ago, seasoned casks. All right, no problem, just the way that is. Now, the interesting thing is also about this is in a reused sherry cask. This is not a first fill bourbon cask from European oak. This is in a reused. Is it the second time or the third time? We don't know. Maybe they don't care. Maybe I would. I would love to know everything about this whiskey that is possible, but that's the way that is. So they always choose their whiskeys according to the criteria here. It's non-chilled filtered. Yay, very good. Thank you, David Stewart, the Balvenie Malt Master. And they always choose them to have a dry fruit sweetness, rich oak and spice, which is expected from maturation in this type of a cask. So they actually tried the cask and says, yup, it's up to par, single barrel. There's a 12-year-old single barrel and there's a 15-year-old. Now over here, I paid 119 euros for this, so it was a very, very good deal. At the moment, the going price is between 130 and 150 euros for this. So the second thing, which is very, very unique about Balvenie, I should have been there in March 2019. I had booked the tour, the expensive, the intensive, the all-afternoon four-hour tour for, I don't think, 79 pounds. And 2 hours before the tour started, I received a message, canceled for today. I would have really loved to have been there. All right, so the second thing that is very, very important about Balvenie are their malting floors. Yay, they have their own malting floors. So they need about 3 days to malt about 9 tons of barley. So first of all, they have to seep it. Seep it means actually putting water in it and having a certain temperature so that the barley actually thinks that it is going to be spring and starts to actually sprout. And they actually have a malting floor where they can actually turn either with a shovel or they have a machine that does it for them as well, like a snow blower basically. And they actually can turn the barley and they produce their own barley. Now, the thing is that the distillery kind of wants to suggest as if they produced all of their barley that they use there on those malting floors. Not true. It's somewhere between 10 and 15%, and I'm not even sure about that 10 to 15%. They produce over 7 million liters of alcohol a year. They can produce up to 7 million. That's a lot. And 9 tons is not going to get you anywhere. not at least in those percentages. So I have the feeling, and this is an assumption, this is maybe just one possibility, that most of the barley they actually create there, their malted barley, they use for the peat week, because they actually they actually malt and use peat there from the highlands, from their region, to actually produce their own whiskey. So I said the word Highland, and it actually should be more of a Speyside Balvenie here. It's interesting, it doesn't actually say. It says single malt Scotch whiskey here, and it actually does not say anywhere here that it is distilled at the distillery in Banffshire, Scotland. So it doesn't say that it is actually here a Speyside or a Highland, but it isn't by Dufftown. It is in the Speyside region. So that's interesting. I did not know that. William Grant & Son, a privately owned company, just like Heaven Hill is a privately owned company. Even Sazerac says they're a privately owned company. Even Brown-Forman says they're a privately owned company, because the majority of the stock is in the family hands. So here it's actually a good example of a family-owned company that's doing a lot of things. Glenfiddich, Balvenie, Knivi, as well as Tullamodu is also Grant's and William Grant & Sons. All right, what am I going to compare it to? If you know my videos so far, you know that I almost always have a comparison whiskey, and it's going to be Balvenie 17-year-old Double Wood. Now, the 12-year-old actually got me a little bit excited back then here about the Balvenie. That and the Glendronach 12. Those were both whiskeys that I was like, wow, this is fantastic. I really like this. This is good stuff. Since then, my taste profile has changed a little bit. All right, so we're going to do a bottle kill today. This bottle has not been open very long. It's in maybe 2 months max. So, and we're going to do the Whiskey Tribe. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. All right, good. So got that over with. Yay. So the Balvenie 17 double wood and the 12 wood both have a little bit of a lactic acid in there that I'm not really partial to at the moment. There's a type of flavor profile. We did it blind. We did the 12-year-old super mega challenge where we had a total of 18 different 12-year-old cherry whiskeys, and the double wood was last place. Why? It just had that taste of a little bit of a baby milk throw-up moment, that lactose, that acid moment, just not there. All right, so over here, this is going from the market at the moment. It's being taken out of the market. I used to be able to buy it for under 100 euros. Now they're going for up to 200 euros. So buy on demand, don't you hate it? And so this I actually bought for 79 euros. This I bought for 119 euros. So I thought it was a fair comparison. So we have a refill European oak sherry butt here made with maybe a percentage of their own floor malted whiskey. Good. And this was aged for a total of 15 years. And the master... I always forget how to call David Stewart, his real title here. That is David Stewart. Wow, can't find his name at the moment. He is the Balvenie Malt Master. Yay. He hand-selected these casks, or he and his team did. Yep, get that acid, milky moment, a little bit like buttermilk. I get a great dried fruit. Dried apricots, dried cranberries, dried plums. And I get a little bit of a dark chocolate, which is, of course, the European oak from those casks. Well done, well done. So I'm not going to say wow, but I'm going to say well done. I wish, I hope, I desire this moment of whiskey experience where I can once again say wow. I have had quite a few whiskeys between the range of 50, let's say 50 and 80 to $90, or 40 to 80 euros, where I've gone, wow, yummy, wow, yay. And those are great. I love them. And then it's getting a little bit, very seldom that anything over $100 to maybe even $180 that I kind of go, wow, yay, great. Doesn't happen very often. And above $200 plus, it just happens very, 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 very rarely. The Bushmills 28-year-old Malaga finish, a good example of an exception. That bottle I'd buy again for 300 euros if I could and if I could find it. All right. And this is my problem. I've had so many good whiskeys under 80 euros that I'm not really going to go out and buy 129, 139. I've seen this bottle for even more than that, up to 200 euros, and same here. It's just not any return on the money on the bottle. And so that's why I'm always a little bit cautious. And my expectations, I've actually tried to reduce them here. All right, so after that nice little introduction, let's go in here. On the nose, this is actually more of C plus B minus nose. I like it. Cheers. Now, I personally expect for $100+ bottle that it massages my tongue, that I actually just have this silky, wonderful experience. This, with its 47.8%, the alcohol is very, very obvious. The tannins, I'm going to use the word bitterness from the wood, is very obvious. And the sherry fruity dryness is there. And that's exactly, I guess, what Balvenie wanted to create. So what they wanted to create is exactly this type of tasting experience. Unfortunately, I have a tiny little bit of different expectations. I would expect and I would hope for less dryness. Unfortunately, that's what they want. They want exactly this type of dryness. They want to have here a dry moment, and that's exactly what they got here. They want the elegant oak, and they want the subtle spice, and I guess that's exactly what they got as well. They want a gentle nuttiness leading to a long and sherried finish. Now, they did an excellent job of creating exactly what they wanted. Unfortunately, that's not, at this moment, my wheelhouse. There is a certain dry bitterness on my tongue where I was like, I'd like to have a smooth, silky sweetness more, but that's not what they're aiming for. So their target was here, my target was here, and we're just going in different directions. Is it a good whiskey? Yes, if that's what you're looking for. If you saw my review of Glenmorangie Signet, you will notice that I tasted the whiskey for about 20% of the whiskey video and talked for 80% because I did not like it. And why did I not like it? Because it was a coffee type of mocha style. And I dislike coffee and mocha. And this goes in that direction. It's not there, but it's in that tangent. It's in that area. And so if you are a person that wants more of that dry, dark mocha, almost chocolatey moment and a whiskey, and you don't want a silky sweet type of thing, this is your whiskey. This is something you're going to really love. Now, Balvenie actually has a big focus, or had a big focus, on the retail, travel retail market. They had a big focus on businessmen with a little bit of money to spend and so on. And it was a difficult time for Balvenie during the COVID or the Corona crisis here. So I hope that they will continue their focus on certain super premium markets, and they will continue making whiskey at a good price for a good product. This is, for me personally, for my taste profile, a C, and for the value for money, it's more of a D. Other people would give it a B for the taste, and maybe even a C for the taste, the money value for money. But that's just my personal opinion. Going over to the double wood, I basically have the same problem here. This actually has even more of that dark chocolate European oak moment for me. And there's more of a nuttiness here. Is this a bad whiskey? I never liked it. That's my problem. The first time I opened it, the second time I opened it, the third time I did my video with this, it just never really connected with all the dots with me personally. Are there people out there that love the double wood? Yes. Are there people out there willing to pay the $150+ at the moment that are being asked for this? Yes. Am I willing to do it? No. Now, as I said, I did buy 2 bottles. I'm going to share them. I'm going to do a tasting one day and have them in the lineup because they're going to go away for a while. And so people love to have whiskeys that are no longer available and to taste it and so on. And I'm offering tastings, and so that's the reason why. All right, very, very good. What is your favorite Balvenie product out there? Is it the 12-year-old double wood? Is it maybe a 12-year-old single barrel? Is it maybe here the 15-year-old, the double wood? Is it maybe here a Tune, T-U-N? The Tune 1509, here's the batch number 6. I still have a little bit left in the bottle. I've done actually reviews on 1 to 6, and 7 is now out. I think I haven't bought it. I don't think I'm going to buy it anymore, and I'm not going to continue with that series. Just because the return for the money invested on the palette is just not there for me. I'm not going to pay 300+ euros to buy this bottle, to share it, to taste it, to review it, and to go, it's okay. It's not my target group, and it's not my I'm not the target group of that whiskey. All right, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, tell others, and please share this video if you're so kind. And good luck finding your Balvenie 15-year-old single barrel. I had barrel number 16228 and 47.8%. All the best. Whiskybase number 179754. Bye-bye.